Today's a big day in Groovy history. Or last Friday? Yeah, last Friday was a big day in Groovy history. We finally merged in all the Apple authentication stuff on both the React Native side and the Golang side. Holy crap. What a journey. It was 85 files changed, over 40 commits, and probably 2 to 3 months worth of work. It was a lot of stuff that went down. So this now is all living in our release 1.0 branch, which is very, very exciting. We have a lot of stuff coming from there. So that's the big hoorah. Congrats to everyone for helping out. We got tons of contributions with documentation, tons of code contributions. We're making this into a great open source project. I'm excited. And we also had been doing a lot of talks on Sawmill, the logging library that we are making for Golang, for the Golang side of our project here, which is really exciting. Alpha in chat here. Alpha SL is taking lead on that. So I'm excited to see that thing come alive. And then we're also working on a new deployment script for all of our Firebase functions using GitHub Actions. So we're getting a lot of stuff going on. It's really exciting. Yeah, so today's gonna be a new day of new work. Dr. Roy, why no one instead of stand-ups do laydowns? Just lay down in bed, take a nap, while others say what the plan to do, but probably will not because other important issues arise. Valid. Ed, yesterday worked on a blog post a little bit, added writing a workflow Notion, markdown file, generic stack HTML file. Oh, that's cool. Today, finished the blog post and we'll publish it now. Made a priority task table. I love that. Priority task table. That's the way to do it, man. Nice job. Oxygen stopped working on fixing random crap after React upgrade to deploy features spread over around 20 services to not drag it into the next sprint, then continue fixing front end crap. You're like, all right, I'm done fixing this. We got to deploy something, right? Heck yeah, man. Nice work. Alpha, good morning, my friend. Aaron, yesterday researched JavaScript SEO. Today, same plus interior design. Oh, hell yeah. Sounds like a fun time. Hope it works out, man. Blocked, not big on reading. Many problems for developers not big on reading, yes. Kyle, what's up? Yesterday, political client BS. Today, fixing the I told you so from the political client BS. Yesterday, blockers, political client BS. Hey, political client stuff is always frustrating, but I think it's a very, very good learning opportunity for anyone who's working on it. So best of luck to you, my friend. I hope it wasn't too big of an issue, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope they did too. Thanks for sharing. Isaac, going to work on the Shooter Club website. I have to finish some page before I start on the Vue version. Okay. Very nice, man. Excited to see your work there, dude. Bretsky, fighting with browsers, not passing our auto cookies. Boo. All right, so it seems like the consensus today is everyone's a little bit frustrated. We got some work going on. People are getting good stuff done, but there's still a little bit of frustration in there today, and that's all right. That's all right. It happens in this world of programming. So then that brings to us, what are we doing today with Groovy? Today we're going to start planning out how to add media content from Apple Music to Groovy app, i.e. passing in a link to an Apple Music song, playlist, whatever. And then writing the Golang function to actually handle that request, put it in our database, all that fun stuff. So that is what we are doing today. We're going to start with the planning, talking about it. There's not too much to plan or talk about, as we've already done with the Spotify. The process should be almost exactly the same with different endpoints we hit and things of that nature. So welcome in. Glad to have you all here today. Now let's get to coding, eh? Let's get this thing started. Rushki fighting with no tasks. Oh no. But trying out Vaadin Spring Boot, so I guess that's nice. Hey, yeah, there you go. You get to at least try something, right? That's fun. Folks, and if you forgot what we're doing today, all you gotta do is type an exclamation point today in chat. I forgot to actually add that. to the title. Yeah. There we go. Flutter related, get out of here. But folks, before we get started with anything, as our tradition holds, we got to do a type racer race. So make sure you get your fastest keyboards ready to go. It's time to race. It's time to race. My friends wait, my friends? Hello? Are you all my friends? That's a hex value. That is not what I was looking for. Okay. Folks, make sure you grab that link. That link actually has to be, you have to copy it and paste it from Twitch chat because it's not fully formatted. So grab that, get on in. We're about to do 3 type racer races to warm up our fingers today. Hopefully I can do better. But join on in on the race. I hope you enjoy. Best of luck, everyone. Woo! Oh. Oh man. It's like I mess up with one letter and it throws me off so bad. Oh! All right. Yeah. Not terrible. Not terrible. 51 words per minute for me. 5th place. Who got 1st place? 95 words per minute. Yo, 1st place. Who's that? Eek, 67 poor. Always 4th. Pop-ups? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, man. All right. All right. Join back in, folks. 2 more to go. The dash actually kind of jacked me up a little bit. Best of luck, everybody. Join on in. If I can spell? Yes. Huge success. Aperture science. Yes. I love it. Here we go. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the groove. Sort of feeling the groove. Ah! Ah! Till you run out of cake. I think we had this one last week. Oh no, alarm, I'm coming. Hold on. Who are still alive? All right. All right. I got 7th this time, so I did worse. So that kind of sucks. Oh, man. Oh, when I made my first mistake? I don't know. Man. Wow, good looks. That was definitely a hard one. 1st place got 89 words per minute. 2nd place coming in with 73. Top tier. 3rd place, we got 71 words per minute. Yeah, hey, look, this is hard, man. I don't think I'm that good at typing, but I'm hoping that since we practice this every stream, that I'm going to get better. Folks, don't forget to join the last race here. Last race before we get started with today's stream. Get on in, get on in. Bubbles 3rd. Oh, nice, Bubbles. Let's go. The cake is a lie. Best of luck for this one, folks. Let's do it. Oh, man, it's just I mess up on one word and I feel the timidness in my typing. I'm just like, I don't want to type any more letters because I'm scared I'm gonna mess up. Here we go. On your ride through life. Beautiful. Beautifully said. God, no! Oh! God, man. You guys, who got 122? 122 words per minute? Hello? Wow. Mad person. That's fast. Dr. Dynamite. Yep. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday, man. Woo-wee. Folks, thanks for joining in for our Type Racer race today. Again, if you want to be part of the Type Racer race in the morning, get here for the stand-up on time. We do about 3 races before the stream starts, sometimes a couple more. But that was good. That was a good warm-up. I feel good. My fingers are good to go, maybe. Let's go. Sacrimo, what's up? That 120 words is insane. Yes. 120 words is insane. Hey, nice job. Nice job. Congrats on that first place. Man, yeah. I think if we're here, we're not learning to type, but you know, we get better with typing. It's just the issue I have with Type Racer is it's so difficult for me because I have to like read the words, I guess, as I'm typing. I don't know. It's weird. I noticed just now, if I read a couple words ahead, it actually makes it easier for me to type them out because I already know, I mentally know what I'm about to type, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Oh, sorry, Lokazi. That was our third one. But tomorrow, my friend, or Thursday, my friend, come by. We'll do it. Sawmill. No sawmill command yet. What would sawmill say? What would you like to say? Hey, Rowler, still trying to code, huh? Of course, always trying to code. Welcome. Someone has done 219 words per minute. That's dumb. That's insane. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I think it's autocorrect, right? Autocorrect it is. Yeah, with like curly braces and brackets and stuff. I could get down with that. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, let's what do I need to do? Let's go ahead and open up VS Code, I guess. So we're going to first start with planning out what we're going to the feature that we're going to build right now, and kind of just go from there. Why do I have 3 of these? Oh, let's see. Bubbles 379, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the team. Woo! No, I don't need to report that. That's fine. You don't need to do that. Yes, I did. Okay, I've already started somewhat working on it. I remember because I finished this last, I think Saturday or Sunday. Can't remember, but I started working on it, and yeah, we just need to flesh it out a little more though, because it's not fleshed out yet. If sawmill command doesn't say brrr, then I'm disappointed. I disabled autocorrect on my even on my iPhone. That is insane, but mad props to you, Dr. Ray. Autocorrect, yeah, autocorrect is an interesting thing. It is so helpful in life, but it also is detrimental to your spelling and typing skills, at least for me. But that's okay. As long as autocorrect is alive, I can still type. So folks, today we're working on when adding a track on Groovy, we should add the track to the platform playlist through Apple Music. So the process of this goes, we add a track to a Apple Music user account, and then at that point it's going to spin off, and it's going to take that information from Apple Music, and it's going to place it in our database with any song that matches it. So now if, let's say we put it in Rick Rolls or whatever, and we have it on Apple Music and Spotify, we can have a link to both of those, and depending on the client you're logged in as, you will get the link for Apple Music or for Spotify. So we already have that set up for Spotify. So now we need to set it up for Apple Music. And so the other thing I need to do is actually log in, get some Apple Music login up in here, and go from there. Groovy metal lads. Yes. Main reason is because I type multiple languages and it messes up more than... Oh, yep. Yeah, I totally get that, Dr. A. When is your boy Alec music service coming out? Don't want to use Spotify. Let's go. Dr. Dynamite is gifting a tier 1 sub to Montes. Dr. Dynamite. Dude, thank you so much for that. It's super kind of you. Dr. Mantis. Or Dr. Mantis. Combo both names. Montes 15915. Give a huge clappers and a salute to Dr. Dynamite. Thank you so much for that, man. Too kind. Is there ads in between songs? No, there shouldn't be any ads. This logs in with your service, your Spotify service. So if you have Spotify Premium, then, I mean, you shouldn't have any issues. Yeah. So currently, Groovy does not play music through the app. It still uses whatever specified service that you have, right? So it just deep links into that app. I didn't want to create a music player, but it might be something we actually end up doing, depending on the feedback. You ship in US now? Wait, what? You shipping us now? I steal my sister's premium, so I'm good. Dr. Dynamite, thanks again for that, man. Appreciate the gifted sub, dude. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this started. So pretty much, I want to actually go through the flow of, I think if we look at how we did get Spotify media here. Oh, right. I was doing some cleanup here as well. So when we're cleaning at some of this stuff, excuse me. Pretty much what happens is, get Spotify playlist, get Spotify track. We do this thing. Once we get that data, we just return it at that. Okay. Yeah. So essentially we convert it to this type here. And this guy here, I guess I can go here. I'll show you what this type looks like. So the Firestore media looks like this. You have the ID of the song, the name of the media, because it could be a playlist, album, or a track on its own. The name of the album, what it is it a song, playlist, whatever, who created it, any images associated with it, and then external URLs. So we do have to change this a little bit because I don't know how Apple Music returns its image data to us. So we're going to have to look that up when we set up our API. And then external URLs are the deep links into the application itself that we're going to attach to the song. So if we update this a little bit, so we have user authentication. So now when adding a song to Groovy playlist, we should also add it to their playlist in Spotify. This is not right. So this task combines a couple things here. So step 1, add support for add support for adding Apple Music Media to Groovy. And the next one is update Apple Music playlist when adding a new song. So there's two things that we got to do here for that, for sure. Time for a sandwich? Ooh, good luck. If by sandwich you mean Flutter. How are you going to make sure that all the service plays don't get out of sync? Seems pretty easy to mistake. So, yeah, that's a good question. So pretty much what's going to happen is if you add a song to your Groovy created playlist right here via Apple Music, right now it's only going one way, meaning you add a song in Apple Music to this playlist, it will not reflect in Groovy, the application. But if you add it through Groovy, it will reflect in this playlist. So in that sense, it can become out of sync. But that's not going to be part of MVP. MVP, again, is really just trying to understand, hey, what are we trying to do here? Like, let's ship it out to people. Let's see what they think. Let's see what they like about it, what they don't like, and go from there. So I believe like going from the service provider to Groovy is not something that should be part of MVP. So that's kind of that thought process. The whole goal is hopefully you're using Groovy most of the time to add songs to your playlist and not through your service provider. You seen Pretzel is changing its pricing plans in August 1st? If not subscribed, I do it before the price changed. Oh, really? No, I didn't know that. I just used the free tier. Oh, man. That kind of sucks. Thanks for the heads up, though. That sucks because I listen on Apple Music and I click add to playlist instead. I need to open another app and search that song I just heard. No, so the goal behind this would be the way that it's set up in Groovy right now is you just copy the link from that song, you go to Groovy and you would paste it in. You paste that link in, the rest is handled for you, right? And that should handle everything for you. But yeah, that's what I'm essentially trying to find out, right? Like, do people do it where when they add a song to this playlist, is it more so they add the song to the playlist via the app, or would they be more, do they find the value of opening Groovy and adding the song through there? So that's what I'm trying to find out. That's what we're going to try to see. The app's not built, like, it's not in a state where we can even test that out yet. So, yeah, hopefully we get there soon and then add things as they need to be added, you know? The sync from going from Apple Music to the app, I think is going to be a lot more difficult than the other way around. Cause I don't really have control. Like, I would have to do something. I don't know if there are hooks on every provider playlist. Like, can I listen in on changes to a playlist? I don't think so. So I would have to have some sort of like trailing request to check the playlist contents and things like that. Yeah. But anyways, yes. So update Apple Music playlist when adding new song. And that's it. Yeah. So at this point, what does that really consist of? So general. The flow for this should be add song link to app. Step 1, add song link, or add Apple Music song link to app. Step 2, verify proper URL link. Step 3, get metadata for song. Step 4, check to see if song already exists in Groovy database. If user has playlist, or and then return song data to user and add to playlist document. And then 6, if user has social created playlist turned on, add song to their playlist. So this is going to be another pretty large one. But that's pretty much the flow of how this thing's going to work. Oxygen, in the cross-reference, what is your plan for handling songs being available multiple times, remasters, deluxe editions, etc.? Query with as much info as possible, and then and use for first available. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, honestly. I would say, yeah, I'm honestly not quite sure. Probably something along those lines. Pretty much get the song link should return back the title of the song, and then essentially use that. Maybe we can do like that with a combination of the artists and go from there. So like do a match like that. But yeah, it's a good point you bring up. It's a good point. Dynamite, the price change is for the better mind. I welcome it as new features and licensing are really good when you change. They're changing the free plan too. Yeah, this is good. Thank you, friend. Yeah, no, I mean, I only have the free plan. I don't use... I haven't used anything else. But good to know. I'm going to take a look at that. Windows 2004 needs to wipe out my files. Is there anything else I can do about it? I have no idea. Windows 2004 what? Yeah, I think because of all the DCMA stuff, they're like, we could definitely start making money off this. So yeah, 100%. Interesting. Cool. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I gotta take a look at that then. That's annoying. But yeah, I mean, like, might as well pay for something I use, right? If I use it a lot, might as well support the cause. Here's what sucks about it. I'm gonna go on a tiny little rant. What sucks about it is the reason why we switched to Pretzel is because of DCMA stuff, right? Though I'm not taking music and I'm not saying this music is mine and playing it. I'm using it as an addition to my string, which I guess is valuable, right? Of course. But at the same time, I already pay $15 a month for Spotify. And so now for my stream, if I want to have music that won't be copywritten, I have to pay another $10 a month for that. Which is like, it's like I already pay for the right to listen to this music via another service. And now I can't. Now I have to pay again for another service to listen to music on a different platform. It's frustrating, man. You know, it's very annoying, but I don't know. I guess that's just how it is. I don't really know if there's anything other behind that. So, and Ran, I suppose. $15 for Spotify. Oh yeah, I have the family plan. That's why. $15 for Spotify. Just play Monster Cat. What is Monster Cat? What? Or you could sing yourself. Yeah, maybe I'll start singing. Maybe I just got to start making my own music and we'll just listen to 2 or 3 songs over and over again. I don't know. The whole DCMA stuff needs to be rewritten in a world that we live in now. With banging music? Oh, okay. Nice. And that's how your boy Alec music is born. Love it. Yes. This is where it started here first, folks. Started here first. All right, let's go ahead and get this app started. Oh, this is not the right repo. This is a Golang backend there, buddy. So let's do scripts. Go run. Run, run, run. All right. And then here, start up our iOS app. Woo. Simulator. Ish. Thank you. There we go. All right, we buttoned those homies up. We're gonna get this thing started. So we'll go ahead and I mean, since we're doing metal lads, we gotta go to your boy Reflections. Or could always play Harris Heller's material, stream beats. He always allows them to be streamed for free. It's on Spotify and the other streaming platforms. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's it as well. I don't know. Like, I really loved when we had Festify on the stream. That was a great time, man. It's just so sad that we can't use it. You know, it's just annoying. It's just annoying that we can't use it at this point. Yeah. It's just our world today is not meant to handle stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Just want to make sure I'm in the dev environment. Hey, Montes. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and add a song here. So if I go here, and I go share, copy link, and I go over here. So now I should be able to go here, add some link like that, press add, and you'll see that it says parsing song is valid Apple Music URI. So it picks it up right there like that, calling Apple. So request failed with the 404 because we actually don't have this function set up to do anything. So this is pretty much it on the client side. Everything else is going to happen on the back end. So I created a new function here called Get Apple Music Media. Get Apple Music Media. Yeah, essentially does exactly what it says. It's going to get the music media from Apple Music. So what we need to do is we need to actually go over to our main in our Golang project. And here we need to go ahead and just add this new function so we can actually start listening to it. So it would be get Apple Music Media. Probably makes sense to put this over here. Where? Oh, get Spotify media. Here we go. Yeah. So do it like that. And then here we can do get Apple Music Media. And this will be get Apple Music Media. There we go. So now we have this here. You should see that we have an import there, and we need to go to our Go mod file and actually update that as well. Yes. So pretty much just do this, do that. Get Spotify, so we get Apple Music Media, and then it does get Apple Music Media. And so here again, it's just so it uses our local changes here for Apple Music Media. There needs to be a streamer license for music. I would agree. Yeah, I would say so. Make Groovy a feature where everyone can share plays and listen locally, and there's no music on stream. Problem solved. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly one of the goals. And there are platforms out there that do that, right? I could give you all a link and we can all go listen to a playlist together right now. Which I guess isn't a terrible idea, right? It just kind of stinks for, people that might come in and all of a sudden it's, there's no music, and maybe that's okay. Maybe there shouldn't be music on the stream. It all depends, Been so much new stuff being shown and also getting positive feedback on my own taste, which yeah, exactly. That was kind of like, and that's what Groovy is all about, right? It's all about sharing music with people, talking about the music, like showcasing it. And that's why I thought while we build it, we get some new music tastes, but I don't know. It stinks. DMCA the app. All right, so we added that here now. So now if we actually restart this, we should now see gets undefined. Oh. Oh, do I have this here still? Yes, I think we still have this here. All right, so we were just working through this function now. So pretty much what I was doing is I was going line by line from our from the get Spotify media and pretty much just fixing things up, right? So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna open a new window as well, and I am definitely going to just go ahead and do this. And we're just going to add this guy over here. And then we can go ahead and take a look. No, it's okay. It's all right. It's going to be okay. I promise. Everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be okay. And I'm going to throw this over here. And that's so we can do some comparisons between the two files. Yeah. Like this. As we walk through it. I have been doing that and then fixing some stuff up as we go. So first step here, what we're doing is we're initializing with some environment variables. So we're setting up some basic stuff like getting the current project for Firebase, setting up our HTTP client as well as our Firestore client so we can read, write to the DB as needed. Then at this point, we also need to decode the request that comes in. So you'll see that we set up get Apple Music media request. This is going to pass in the provider, the media ID, and media type. I think this guy was actually being used over here as well. It had the same data. Yeah, so we have get Spotify media requests. It's passing the same stuff. So since we have this thing written in two different functions, what we should probably do is add this to one of our packages, right? And so since we have this package folder here, we have Firebase and social. It wouldn't be a Firebase thing. It would just be, I don't know, maybe we should do, we should make another package to organize this because we could put it in social, but well, I do have some stuff in here authorized with Spotify response. And then Apple Music request error. Oh, but this is authorized with Spotify. Yeah. Generate token request response. So I do have a lot of stuff in here. I might be able to just throw it in here. Because this does have to do with social, right? It has to do with the social platform of Apple Music. So yeah, I think we actually might do that. Make like an internet radio, but everyone has a synchronized Spotify playlist. Knock, knock, FBI, please open up doors. How many lines of code does your Get Spotify Media Go have? It has a lot. 512 lines of code. And whatever this thing is, I don't know why I have this here. I don't remember why. I think I could probably delete that. Yeah, there's a lot of functions in here. It might make sense to start breaking these out. I think that was one of the first functions that I wrote. Yikes. Yeah, we should probably fix that up a little bit. Probably so. All right, so we have Spotify auth. Yeah, okay. Apple Music request error. Probably do this here. Why do they call them functions if they always make you cry? Why are you making me cry, man? Okay, this is... So Spotify auth, this should be going here. Okay. Ish. So we have Apple Music, Spotify auth, generate token stuff here, refresh token stuff here, and then create user here like that. Yeah, so inside Apple Music auth, well, inside here, let's go ahead and do we'll do common common get media types, or common get media. It's kind of a weird way to name it, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna name right now. So essentially we create this type here. We're gonna call this thing get media request. Be a struct. We go like that. Hey Montes, what's up, friend? Welcome. Yeah, so essentially it's just literally bringing this guy over here. And we're going to do this. We're going to do get media request is the payload. That includes the provider, media ID, and media type for finding media via service. Nice. Thanks, Dr. Dynamite. Appreciate that, man. Oh yeah, Dr. Dynamite gifted you a sub, Montes. Spiders. Heyo, bruv. Heyo, welcome. Bots. The bots are back. Oh no. Cheers. Quick turnaround there. Thanks. Appreciate that. Dynamite. Woo. I was so deep in this right now, I couldn't pay attention. Okay, so now that we've created that type, it actually makes it really easy for us to import socials. And instead of doing this, all we have to do is say social dot get media request. That's going to be the type that we get, and then we can do the same deal for this guy over here. Remove this. And do that. Yeah. We're on time today. No, you're good. I was busy coding too. Getting it done. All right, sweet. So that's first step in our function. So we decode that. And so in our client, if we actually go to our client here, you'll see our metadata object right here. It's our song information. So if we go here, metadata, this guy here is actually, where's this getting called? Yes, right here. So link metadata. So the first thing you do is we parse the media, do that stuff. If it already exists, we say, hey, by the way, this thing already exists. You don't need to add it again in the playlist. Else, we go in here and we actually get our, we include that object here as a provider, media ID, and media type. What's up, Arn? What's this service actually mean? That it runs on soil. So essentially it means that you don't have a main server, typical server that you're writing. Serverless basically means you have you have one function that does one specific task. So in our case, we're writing a serverless function that's we're writing a serverless function that literally gets a song playlist or gets a song data from an API and returns it to whoever called it. So it's not like it has multiple different endpoints. It has this one endpoint that does this one thing that will only be called at one point and then not. I think that's pretty much in my mind. That's how I always thought about serverless. One approach that does one thing that I don't have to create an entire server infrastructure to build. It just deploys to the cloud. Okay. So this will be then, this is not Spotify. This is Apple Music Media request. Do that there. And then error here. So if we do have an error, we're going to write this thing here. Like that. All right. And then if we pass that, what do we do next? So once we go through here, check to see if the media already is a part of the collection. If so, just return that. Yes, so this would be that next step. That essentially looks like this. And so the one thing about this. Okay, so I guess here's the other thing that I'm starting to realize as well is obviously I'm reusing a lot of code from Get Spotify Media, that kind of same approach, right? So I feel like any code that we are reusing, right, we should make into something that we should make it into something that can be shared across both platforms. So if we look for this, Get Spotify Media. So this thing right here essentially just takes in some Firestorm, takes in a media ID. Oh, this is also the other thing. All right, we got to look at this. We got to look at the way that these IDs are being stored, because I generate the ID based off of, do I have any songs? I do. So the ID that comes in is actually based off of the song that puts it into the collection, right? So all of these songs here will have an ID from Spotify, which means, if I try to search for that song with Apple Music, then that's obviously not going to work, right? So we definitely do need to change this, kind of how we were talking about it before. Oxygen brought it up. We need to have a way to, it would be interesting to create some sort of ID pattern here that would essentially have like the name of the song, and then I guess a creator, but then like remixes come in, right? This is actually interesting. Because we only had to worry about it from a Spotify perspective. The IDs will be the same every time you add it from Spotify. But if they're different, so I do think that we should go off of probably go off of the name, right? We query for the name within Firebase. And then if that song is there, then we return that object, because the song, all all the song objects are going to return external URLs with the type, right? So they just return this one document. That document, and the client, we go to external URLs, and then depending on whatever service the client is using, it just returns a Spotify URL. You can use a Spotify, Apple Music, and that will actually help for quick switching. If you want to switch between a different service provider, we'll have the data already there ready to go for you. Yeah. Okay. We should plan this out a little more and talk about this, because this is important. This is an important step, because this is actually going to change a lot. Because now, up until this point, we haven't had 2 service providers, but now we have 2. So I'm just opening up a notes real quick. Yeah, I should do this. Okay. Let me grab this. All right. Boop. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's talk about this. So this will be 2 service provider or song search and storage. So essentially what we have is we have this idea of Apple Music. So for example, we have both Apple Music and Spotify services set up. This is what we know. What we know, right? When we want to store music objects for each song added to Groovy that holds a link to each platform. The problem is when we are trying to search for a song that already exists, it may never be guaranteed based on song name. Right? Like we'll probably get really close. We'll probably get a lot of the proper songs, but it may never be guaranteed that we get a song based off mixes or things like that. So the question is, potential solutions. I think I have an idea. The ID of the song should be generic and not associated to any service provider when added into the playlist. Oh, I realize that this gets cut off there. Yes. Okay. Right? Oops. Like that. So the ID of the song should be generic and note, wow, my spelling is awful today, and not associated to any service provider when added to the playlist. Wow. If when adding a new song, we should include the song ID Oh, so I guess the problem is we could almost guarantee it, right? Where we could query our collection for a document with a certain field. But what would that look like, right? So we can look through the IDs we don't care about, right? The IDs will just be generic at this point. So these won't be associated to a provider. And then maybe instead of having ID here, right? We can have another field that essentially says like provider IDs. And then we have the same sort of setup here, Spotify, Apple, Google, and then we just query those IDs. Or we could also just include ID, Apple ID, Spotify ID, YouTube ID, and then just query the document for those things. And then we'll know for sure if we have the song or not. Check the audio profile of each possible result for matching the source one. Spotify is doing something similar stuff themselves. Not overkill for our situation. It's actually pretty sick. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that, because like the biggest problem, right, is you don't want to like add a song and then it's completely not even close to what you were expecting, right? That happens too many times. Like we want to get this as fine-tuned as possible because this is part of like the core experience. So I do think the question is, do we want to add an object in here that lists each of the IDs, or do you want to just do Apple ID, YouTube ID, Spotify ID? I think I want to do it where we just have the IDs all in line. As I feel like when querying for a document, it probably will end up being a lot easier to do it like that. Yeah, to doing it like that, I'd say. So when adding a new song, we should include the provider ID in the song document. Yeah, so something like this. They're doing a lot of machine learning on the audio profile for their recommender stuff. Oh, that's freaking awesome. I was going to say recently Spotify's, at least some music in like my Spotify, you know, like weekly discovery has been really good. It's been awesome. So I'm thinking something like Apple ID, some Apple Music ID. And then we have, oh, is there a JSON? Yeah. Right. Some Apple ID. Then we have Spotify ID. Some Spotify ID. Right. And then at this point as well, we can pretty much just say, everything else is included in there. So I think that probably makes a lot more sense for us to do. The other structure that we could essentially go for is we have the basic song information. So album, creator, any images, the name, and what type of media it is. And then we could pretty much just create a Apple object, a Spotify object, and a YouTube object as well. And that can hold all that information when doing that. Demonware LT Limited, welcome to the team. Nice to have you, my friend. Welcome. My weekly discovery reminds me that my tastes are trash. Jesus. Beautiful. That actually might be a better idea. So the idea that I'm speaking of as well could be also something like, yeah, welcome in, my friend. Be like Apple. So we do, again, JSON here. And then we do Apple. And this thing is an object that has ID. Some Apple ID. And then, hey, Roars. Apple. Yes. And then like URL. I can't type. Some external URL. Right? So we could also do something like this. And then it would have then Spotify. And then the same deal, right? And then all the service providers would then have these objects associated with it. I'm trying to organize my entire world in Notion. Oh my gosh. Let me know how it goes. I've been wanting to switch to Notion. Is it really that good? Is it really? Is it worth switching my life? Changing my whole perspective on life? Excuse me. Yeah, so if we did that, that would take away this external URLs. We'd have to make a client change as well. And then our images could also be associated with that thing as well. And then, okay, so Firebase query, nested object. I want to look at how we can query through a nested object. I think we can, but I'm not sure. So I want to store data in the following format: chat members. So it's an array of some objects like that. My goal is to get all the chats where the signed in user with the user ID. Okay. So seeing as there's a new array contains operator, which allows filtering based on array values. The doc is here, blah. So where chat members array contains user ID. Oh, interesting. It's actually quite life-changing. Definitely one of the best applications overall. Oh, damn. Okay. Wow, that's pretty strong words right there. I just want to verify because so this is what we can do, right? When we're if we go back to the function, which is right here. So when we're in get Apple Music Media, at this point we can do get media from Firestore. We can pass in the freaking, where's this thing? Get media request. We can pass in the provider as well as the media ID. So then all we have to do is to make this generic. So get media from Firestore, go to the provider object, which would be Apple. Inside that object, check for the ID. If the ID is there, so we search through all our documents, and for every document, we look at the Apple ID. We look at the Apple key. Inside there, we search for an ID. Essentially how that flow would work. This is not really what I'm looking for. Okay, so as far as simple shows DB collections. So create a query against the collection. So a reference, we get the reference from the documents reference where, what is this U? And then dot notation. Okay. I think that kind of says it. Go. Yes. So it's execute a query, simple queries. Following query returns all capital cities. Yeah, so the collection, where, state. Dot. Where are you, my friend? I mean, based off of what this dude's saying. Create a query against a collection for the dot notation, see documentation fields and nested objects. Yes. Okay, so update fields and nested objects. What about just fields and nested objects? So if your document contains nested objects, you can use dot notation to reference fields within the document when you call update. Yes. So we do this thing, client users dot set blob favorites doc. Interesting. So favorites dot colors. How did it do it here in Go? Go. Go. Hello. There we go. Oh, I see. They just did a map string interface. Gotcha, gotcha. That's kind of weird. That's for an update, but I'm hoping that should be okay. I don't want to do this until we're 100% sure on this. Oh, we could, yeah, I mean, I guess we could technically also take this approach. There's so many, yeah, there's so many different approaches that we could do with this thing. I don't really know which one's the best, honestly. I don't know which one's the best. How to query nested objects in Firestore. All right, see you later, local. Thanks for the water, my friend. Imagine using Golang and not superior JavaScript. TM. Golang, man. Yeah, I wish, I mean, I guess I could just write the queries myself. I forgot about that. So I could totally just do this. And then we can verify ourselves. So essentially it would look something like this. Filter songs. Enter field or external URLs. That's the thing, right? So it'd be external URLs dot Spotify is equal to string. I mean, it pulled it back. right? Filter external. Yeah, it pulled it back. So it did it collection songs where external.spotify like that. I think that this should be okay. And then in Golang, like they were saying over in this other article, we might have to do it where we add like a map interface thing, but we should be good. Humble Flex just got 124 words per minute in type rates. Humble Flex. At least you preface with that. Congrats, pretty dope. Okay, so I think this is the way we should do it. So I am definitely more along these lines. We should update our document to include an object for each provider that has all the information about that song. What's up, MTA? Welcome. How's it going? Nice to see ya. And then, so then at this point, when checking for a song, we just have to query as so. You know, like collection songs dot where for example apple dot id is equal to some song ID. You'd probably call this like song ID or something. Yeah. So it ended up looking up something like that. And that's how we can tell. It'd be easy. Guess who's back? Oh no. Oh no. Oxygen coming in with the add yourself to stand up. Ooh-wee. Welcome back. Nice to have you. Let's head over to the stand up room real quick. Let's add this guy in there. How's your project? It's going really well. Thanks for asking. We're working through some logic for setting up some new Firestore and Golang functions. So kind of restructuring a bit of our documents and things like that. And then, yeah, writing a serverless function to get that thing done today. All right, let's head over here real quick. Oh, I forgot to... We gotta do two things here. All right, so first off, let's go ahead and switch like that. Okay. All right, and then we gotta add oxygen to the stand up. Guess who's back? Love it. There we go. All right. Where are we gonna put this cell phone? Should we put it on the table as well? Try to get it on the table. Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah, thanks, Rushki. That's the keyboard right there, my friend. Yeah, it's a great keyboard. I love it. Yeah, here we go. Thanks for joining the stand-up oxygen. There you go, my friend. Not my table. Yeah, we got to share space, you know? Heck yeah. Folks, with that being said, give me 1 second. I gotta go take a quick pee. I will be right back in literally a minute or two. Don't go anywhere. We'll be there in. We'll be back in one segundo. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Single quotes for string, shake my head. Single quotes all the way, baby. Backticks for the win. Yeah. We all just poop and... Sorry, what? What do we do? We all just... Excuse me? Mods, can we get rid of... Oh, a mod said that. Ah, okay. Well, this is awkward. Mods, can we get rid of that? Oh, God, a mod said that? Okay, well... Awkward. Wowza. Yeah, it's because JSON's dumb. That's why. JK, JSON's actually really great. I need a leave emote for real. Isaac coming in with using your pixels. Oh my God. We... Oh, Isaac. Thanks for using your pixels here. Let's go ahead and add Daddy Bill to the stand-up. Well, we're gonna head back over here. We're gonna add Daddy Bill now, I guess. Daddy Bill. Oh man, you couldn't get this thing here? Oh man. All right. We'll put him right next to our friend over here, Elon. Here you go, Elon. You guys are together. Back wall. The founders and supporters of Pixologic Dev. Elon and Daddy Bill. There you go. Thanks for using your pixels here, my friend. Appreciate it. All right. So anyways, when checking for a song, we just have to query as so. Like that. And that's all about it. That's all we got to do. Daddy Bill. So with that being said, this is going to require a couple things then. So updates needed. One, need to update the client in order to handle we need to update the client in order to handle the new objects. Oh. When adding new songs, we need to update the media type song object type. Or we will just need to update the song document type. And I think that's pretty much it. It's just those two things. Fame of wall? You mean wall of fame? Hall of fame? Wall of fame? Fame? Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, words. Words and spelling are not my thing any day, but definitely not today. All right. So pretty much if we look for Firestore Media, this is this guy right here. Spotify image should probably be a more generic name in phase 1 or 2. Yeah, probably. So yeah, so we need to update that and do that. But I think the first thing we should do is let's go ahead and write out this query. And we need to share this now. We're gonna need to share this between two functions: the get Spotify media, or the not get Spotify media, but the where'd you go? Get Spotify media from Firestore. This is step number 1. We need to write this query, and we need this to be shared across now 2 different functions. So I think the best way to do this is just to write another package that we share now across a couple functions. That's kind of been the whole point of the packages, right? Add anything that's shared across functions that we can keep up to date, so we don't have to write it multiple times. I think so. I don't know what to call this thing though. We should probably call it maybe we can call it like we'll want to call it helpers. We want helpers, but then in our helpers media, maybe just call it media helpers. I'm so bad at naming Golang stuff. It's really difficult for me. So we're gonna put a .version file in there, media helpers, and then we're gonna do a new file called mediahelpers.go. And in here we create a package called media helpers. And then we're gonna cd into package, cd into media helpers. Oops. And then here in your go mod, init the module, got that stuff in there, and then pretty much we should just be able to write our stuff out, right? So the first thing that we're going to add in there is get media from Firestore. Yeah, and so pretty much here we're gonna call this get media from Firestore, do all that crap, and then we'll do get media from Firestore, takes in, so we have to change this. This should take in the platform. Where did you go, my friend? Where did you go, my friend? Here we go. Is it this? No. Social, where? Oh, provider. Takes in a provider and the song ID. Provider and a song ID. Get media, Firestore takes in from an ID and checks to see if the media exists. We should call this media idea. The reason why I dubbed everything as media instead of song is because technically you can add a playlist, an album, a track, all those things to your playlist. Yeah, Pepe, baby. So yeah, we should do media ID as a string, and then we should also do a provider also as a string. And at this point, we end up taking in our Firestore media like that. Samuel Lives. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the team. So the next question is, do we initialize our Firestore client within this function, or do we pass in our Firestore client, right? I'm kind of... I feel like it would make sense to initialize our Firestore client in here, in our media helpers, right? But we have, okay, so the one thing that kind of has me a bit scared about this is we've been trying to do this with our Sawmill package to essentially initialize some Firestore stuff and some Google stuff, and it hasn't been working in this fashion. I don't really want to have to pass in. I don't want to have to pass in a Firestore client. That would be actually really annoying, but excuse me. I guess it really wouldn't be that annoying. It just seems weird, right? Like in our helpers, we should initialize a Firestore client in that thing that we're using. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here real quick. Let's take a look at this. Get media from Firestore. So check to see if media is already part of collection. If so, return that. Okay, that's not it. This is... I'm curious to try it out, honestly. I feel like it would actually be pretty cool to have that. Let's try it out. Let's give it a try. And see if we run into any errors. And then, like, I guess if really worse comes to worse, if we deploy this to the client and it doesn't initialize properly, we know why at that point. Marcos, thanks for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the team. Glad to have you. So pretty much, we have this thing here. And then, yeah, initialize Firestore. So Firestore client is actually going to be far here. And this guy is going to be of type Firestore.client. Just like that. And then here we don't really return. We don't have to return anything. We just need to do I think we just do log dot printf, and then probably want to return that, right? Yeah, essentially breaking out of here. And then this thing is just going to be called media helpers. So media helpers init Firestore. Failed. And there'll be a sad thing to see in the logs. All right. Okay, cool. So I think that should probably do it for us. And then at that point, we should have access to Firestore client, which is perfecto. Cool. So now we can work on the logic then. So the way that we're going to do this is step one. Check to see what provider we are using. Then write a query based on based on that provider. What'd you end up naming longer? We ended up naming it Sawmill. Yeah. It is in the works right now. So we're currently just going to include it inside of Groovy. And then as we flesh it out and build it out more, we're going to extract it to its own package for others to use as well, which is really exciting. So it'll be cool. That was a fun little change that we did there. Sawmill. So check to see what provider we were using. Then write a query based on that provider. And then finally, if provider is not there, or if song exists, return document, else return nil, signifying that we need to add the song. Yeah, I think that probably is the best bet for us. So first things first, check to see what provider we're using. So if we're going off of this flow here, where we're going to have this new Apple object, Spotify object, then pretty much what we should be able to do is, I don't know if, because the reason why we need to check is to verify which object we should look for in our query, right? So I guess how do the queries work? That's what we should look up. And I know there was, where is that one with the, I think right here. Yeah, the query operators. Here we go. Okay, so we can actually create our doc reference. Yeah, where documents. So after creating query object, use the get function to retrieve the results. Okay, so simple queries. The following query returns all cities. Okay, yeah, so let's create our query first. Melky Dev, howdy ho there, neighbor. How's it going? Nice to see ya. So I think we just do it like this. We can do a var string or var query string. And then we'll call this type string. And then we'll say essentially if provider equals Apple, then we're going to say query string is equal to Apple. We'll do .id. If provider is equal to Spotify, then we'll do query string is equal to Spotify.id. It's like that. Oh, yep. And so, I guess we can use a switch statement probably for this, right? How's it going? I see you're working on some Golang. Did you come from a Python background? It's going pretty well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, just working on the Golang, as you're saying. I did not come from a Python background. If anything, I've done mostly JavaScript. JavaScript, TypeScript, Swift, those fun things. I've done a tiny bit of Python, but not much. Switch statement, Golang. I always forget how to do them because I only write them. Oh, I think I have an example somewhere in here, actually. Feel as though I did this at one point. Whoa, wait, where did oh, why is that is weird. I don't like this. What? Wait, what? What? Oh, probably because I did that. That was really weird. That just was wrong. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's just like that. We should use a switch for sure. Because we're gonna be doing that. So we'll do switch provider, and then we'll say case Apple. And then do I need? Yes, still need that. Okay, cool. Still need the colons here. And then we're gonna just do log print line. get from Firestore media. We're going to say Apple provider found. And then at this point, we can say query string is going to equal then to apple.id. Just like that. So pretty easy. And then case where we have Spotify, same sort of deal. Say Spotify provider found. We're going to do Spotify.id like that. X-Ray Delta 101. Thanks for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the team. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you hanging out. And then default. Yeah. So default here. We need to return an error, actually. So we're going to do a log dot. Oh, I guess we don't really need to log here. We just need to return a format dot error f, or honestly just an error, and then we pass in. I think it has to be error f, actually. Yeah. Oh, right. We had to return nil and an error. So it would be get media from Firestore. Provider passed in was not found. And then we will add percent s. And then we will put in the provider, whatever the provider passed in was. Yeah. Cool. That should be pretty easy then. That should work out really well. So we got that then. So the next step is to write a query based on that provider. So we're going to call this thing, we're just going to call it query. Set it like that. And based on our examples here, we can just go to our collection and write the query as so. So it's, yes, we had to take our client. We do dot collection. It's going to be our songs collection that we are querying here. And then we do dot where, and then we're going to say query string. And we're going to say here, we want this thing to equal our media ID. Like that. And that is literally it. So easy. And then I think this just creates our query. So this doesn't actually make the request. It just creates the query object itself. And then we have to actually execute it, right? So after creating the query object, you use the get function to retrieve the results. And so, so client where documents. Wait, I don't see it. Oh, so is it just documents? So I guess just execute. So query dot documents. And then we just do context dot background. So what does this thing do? Returns an iterator over the query's resulting documents. Oh, document.data. I see. I see. Okay, so pretty much at this point, the documents is going to return a pointer to documents iterator, and they're basically checking to see iterator.next if error equals iterator.done. I wonder if we can get like a so this would return an array of all those things, which is pretty much what I want. I just want to see if there's anything in there. If there is a document in there, then we should be good. Or we can just kind of go through our, yeah, we go through our iterator like this. Oh, iterator.done. So if error equals iterator.done, we break. Else, if error does not equal nil, we return an error. Else, yeah, we print doc.data. I think in our instance, what we really want to check is if we actually pull back a document based on this query, that means we have the song, which means we can get the data then at that point, right? So, yeah, I think that's probably what we should do. So this would be execute and check result length, right? So if we do that, oops, and we say dot get all, this is just going to return a document snapshot array or an error. So results, and then results error. Let's go like that, some fancy Golang stuff. And then if results error does not equal nil, we go over here. That means we got an error here with our results. And we should probably, yeah, we should probably get out of this thing. So return nil and then format error F, get media from Firestore. This is going to be error getting all documents from query. And then we just pass in our results error. And we're going to do a present v because this is an error object and not a string. Easy. All right, cool. And then pretty much at this point, what we can say is keyboard, hello. If results dot, oh, what is it? Is it len like it is in Python? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So if we do it like that, right? If len results is greater than 0, let's do a log.print ln here. We're going to say get media from Firestore. Found song document. And so at this point, if we find the song document, we actually want to return the Firestore media. So we'll have to take this snapshot. So we do results. Whoa. Results. Wow. Man, my typing errors are so bad today. They're freaking terrible. Data. So data is actually going to return a map string interface. And so I think we can just decode this into our proper object, which would be our Firestore media. So I think retolts is cool to say though. Yo, you ain't wrong, Pedro. You ain't wrong. Retolts. Retolts. Yes, how do I get this thing? Map interface, yeah. So this is just the object we have to convert it to the thing. Is it? I think it's just unmarshal, right? Or is it Marshall? JSON.Marshall? Or no, can't we just do, we just do the same thing here, right? So decode request body to get media data. So at this point, body. Oh, body is an IO read closer. I gotta look this up. I always forget. Steve Holt. What? Retolts. Steve Holt. Coincidence or not? No, this is. So to unmarshal JSON to an interface value, unmarshal stores one of these in the interface value. No. Don't want that. Bob blah blah. What? Y'all are weirdos. Who brought you here? How'd you get here? I think I can just do JSON Marshall, right? Or unmarshal? Oh, if I do unmarshal, I have to convert. Oh, wait, maybe not though. This goes to a byte array. Oh, I see. From my byte array. JSON unmarshal. I always get confused about how to convert these types. Let me look at this. So decode takes in a V interface. Decode, oh, JSON decoder. And it takes in that thing first. So that actually won't work. This creates a byte array. Unmarshal. I don't use this anyway. What's JSON Marshal? Yeah, so the JSON Marshal essentially is this thing here, which returns the it returns a byte array or an encoding of this object that you pass in this interface, and so it essentially turns. Well, so I don't think it turns it into a struct here, Aaron. I think what it's actually doing is it's taking the value of the whatever interface you pass in, and it's just returning an array of bytes. So it's encoding it for you. So that you're able to actually send it off in like a request, right? So my problem is, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but what I'm trying to see is I have this one type here called Firestorm Media, which is a struct, but I should be able to cast this data that I get back right here, which is a map string interface, which is essentially just an object in Golang, into that type, right? Data 2. Unmarshal JSON object. Yeah, that probably would make sense, right? Let's try the unmarshal. Let's try the unmarshal here. Guess that, yeah, it would make sense to go the other way around, right? That's why I've never used it anywhere. Is it JSON.marshal? Oops. It's lowercase. All right, cool. So it's JSON.unmarshal. This thing takes in, the problem is this thing takes in a byte array. So this probably won't work because this is not a byte array. But who knows? Let's give it a try. And then we can do this here. We say Firestore media. So do var Firestore media. And this is going to just be of type, is it Firebase? Yeah. Firebase dot Firestore media, just like that. And then you'd pass this guy in here. Yeah, so they cannot use results, say value of type value. So we would have to take this and you'd have to marshal it. Yeah. Yeah, I always get it backwards too. That's a common definition, just writing a Boolean expression the wrong way very first time. Got my share of these. Yep. Well, so oxygen in this sense, right? You would have to convert this thing into a JSON object then, right? So it would be JSON.marshal, or the way that this would happen is you'd pass that like that, and then we would set JSON or bytes error, right? Bytes would go here, and then we'd unmarshal it into that. Okay, so you would have to do this extra step then, it looks like, to actually get that done. But yeah, so we would say if bytes error, let's check here to make sure that we actually don't fail, because if we do, that would be bad. So if this does not equal nil, we're going to say return this thing here. Alrighty. So return nil, get media cannot marshal Firestore media data. And then we'll pass in the bytes array. So we just return that back to whoever we're using, right? And then JSON on marshal, this guy is going to return an error if there is any. So we're going to say unmarshal error. Cool. Because then what happens is as this unmarshals, it actually just throws it into this value here. Oops. So do that there. Do that there. All right. Marshal takes the object and gives you the byte array representation of the JSON string. Cool. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate the explanation. So then again, we'll check here. If unmarshal error does not equal nil. Oh, no, get out of here. We don't have any of those params in here. Come on now. Passes non-pointer. Oh. There we go. Okay, so if unmarshal error does not equal nil, same deal. We got a problemo here. If this equals nil. All right, and then finally, the piece de resistance. Return Firestore media, and then nil for the error. And there we go. So we'll do that, and then let's go over here, and we're going to return nil and nil. And that's it. How often do you feel like your own worst enemy when you're debugging? Own worst enemy. Probably quite often, I'd say. Sometimes I'm like, how did I do this to myself? Why didn't I give myself enough data to debug this solution? OG Jake, what's up, my friend? Yeah. Welcome. So let's go through this again. We actually don't need this here. pretty much what we're doing, we're going to call get media from Firestore, pass in the provider, so Apple, Spotify, whatever, pass in the media ID, so the ID of the media that we're trying to look for. We're going to create this thing called a query string, and we're going to switch through these values. So if the value is Apple, we create a query string apple.id. That's because we're going to start actually querying for the document Apple with the object .id. We're going to be looking for this guy right here. So Apple ID, else Spotify ID, because then again, we're going to go to Spotify and ID as so. Default, we will return an error if there's some issue with we pass in something completely different, because that's obviously not right. Then we need to write a query based on that provider and go from there. Samuel the boy coming in with 100 bits. Ooh-wee. Thank you for the bits, my friend. Apple auth can be difficult. It was difficult, but we're done. We did it. It's out of there. It is committed to release 1.0 in the repo. It's awesome. Would you recommend the Keytron K2? Also, what switches do you have on it? Yes, I love the Keytron K2. It's freaking awesome. I have the brown Gator and switches. I think this is probably the favorite. I'm not like I haven't owned hundreds of keyboards, but out of like the maybe 4 or 5 that I've owned, like this is my favorite one. I love it. Battery life has been great. Like I haven't charged it in 2 or 3 weeks. Still going strong. Like no issues so far. Actually, I wanted to see. Can I see if the battery level? I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't do it like the mouse does. That would have been cool. Oh well. Samuel, thanks again for the 100 bits, friend. Cool. So yeah, so we did that, and then construct query. So at that point, we have this guy constructed. So we're saying go into the songs collection. That's what we've called it, right? Let's like triple check that. Songs, yes. Go into the songs collection. Where, so it would be in the collection, whatever this is. So if it's for Apple, it'd be apple.id is equal to the media ID that we pass in. So then execute and check the results length. So at this point we do query.documents, get all. So we get all the documents from that query. As long as we don't fail out here, we go and check the length of those documents. If we have more than 0 documents, that means we found something, which is great. That means we have it. And so if we do have it, we're just going to pull back the first document from there, get the data from that. So the data from that's going to return a map string interface. And we get those bytes. And at that point, we need to now convert it into the Golang type that we have that we've created for this. So we do our, so at this point we marshal it. So we marshal that data into a byte array. We take that byte array and we actually convert it into now the Firestore media struct, which is all defined here, which is great. And then, so we need to update this type as well. And then we just return it. Else, if song exists, return document. Song does not exist. So song does not exist. Need to create new song document. And here it says song does exist. Return document. Gasp. Document. Okay. There we go. And so that's all about it. And the cool thing that we now did is we now have this thing called mediahelpers.go. Mediahelpers.go can now be shared across different functions, which is really exciting. The one thing that I am worried about again is just this guy here. I hope we don't run into any issues with this. We might. So we got to test it out. Hydrate, man. Hey, thanks for the water, my friend. Appreciate ya. Oof, that water did taste good. I do say so myself. Some good water. All right, so now let's go ahead and Yes. Let's go back to our documents here. And let's do this. We need to go to our main.go. We need to now import our new, not main.go, our go mod. We need to import our new package. So we'll do replace. Essentially, this is going to go here. Package. This thing's going to be called now media helpers. We do that. Should be good. And then, yeah, we have a dot version. H2O, Samuel the boy. Cheers. Thanks for the water, my friend. Cheers, cheers. All right. Media helpers it is. So now that we have access to that, what we're going to want to do is in our Get Apple Music Media, we're now just going to do this. We're going to remove this, and we're going to say media helpers dot get media from Firestore. And so for this guy, we need to pass in again Apple Music Media Request dot provider, and then Apple Music Media Request dot media ID. And there you go. So you'll see now that this thing is imported. And then, yeah, it's saying, hey, I couldn't actually import this thing because it's not found, which makes sense because this is not up in GitHub. So what we need to actually do is also in our scripts that we have this go run script. We need to add our new package here. This replaces all the package ones because these are the files that are shared across multiple functions. So we're going to call this media helpers, right? Media helpers replace, and then so this will package media helpers. Take this, and really we just do go mod edit replace. Yeah, so this is something that I put together, just adding every time we do go mod or the run script, it just adds this to each of the functions that we have, so it overwrites it. We don't have to worry about it, which is great. So if we actually go over to go mod right here, you'll see that we already have those there. So I can essentially, just for now to get rid of that warning, media helpers, we can go like that. And there you go. That should do the trick. It might take a minute for this thing to actually go away. We might have to actually rebuild it. But yeah, so at that point, we got this now, get media from Firestore, so media data. And for now, we can actually just do this since we're not using it to get rid of that error. And yes, we should change these log statements. Get Apple Music Media, yeesh. Actually, I think returning from this, we don't need to do, we probably just want to do this. Yeah, just like that, because we're already passing in where it's coming from, like that. Yeah, awesome. So that was really easy. The next thing we want to do before we actually test this is let's make sure we change our type to the proper updated ones. So for example, we go to our media helpers and we go to the Firestore media. So we have this thing in here now, right? And what we want to do is we want to now add our new structure here of Apple, Spotify, yada, yada, yada. So what we are going to need to do, yeah, I think what we'll end up doing is just adding those here. So pretty much removing ID, or keeping ID, but it's going to be change the value we put in there. The name, album, type, creator, images, external URLs. So let's just add this to the bottom here, I think. So let's do Apple. And then this is going to be a new type. We actually make new types here. So let's make that new type first. So let's do type. We should call this platform. Maybe Firestore platform data, something like that, I think. And then so pretty much we're keeping it lowercase because we're not going to export it because we're only using it for inside of Firestore media for now. We shouldn't, at this point, we shouldn't need it for anything. I guess maybe we should export it. I feel like this is something that we potentially could use, potentially could need later on. So we'll export it for now. Go from there. Can you hear me now? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think so. Well, I heard the follow, so I guess in a sense I did hear you. Thanks for being here, friend. Welcome in. So this thing is going to have an ID, which is just going to be a string. And we need to do JSON ID. And then we also need to add Firestore to this as well. So double tags here. Yeah, like that. Oh, we don't need the comma. Crux83, thanks for the follow as well. Welcome in, my friend. How's it going? So we have an ID. We're going to have the URL, which is going to be another string. So Firestore URL, JSON URL. We're probably going to want to do... I'm thinking images as well. I think we should do that. Right now, we can probably just do a Spotify image. I don't know what this thing's going to look like. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this thing's going to look like in regards to like Apple, right? And so we should probably do this. And then external URLs. Yeah, so here I just did a map string of string options of the external URLs. We shouldn't need that anymore. So Firestore platform data. Firestore media. Platform data. Includes the specific data for the current media based on platform. Cool. And then we do Apple. We do Firestore. Firestore platform. Oh, I didn't change it. Oops. Like that. Yeah. Media data. And then we'll do Firestore. This thing's going to be Apple. And then JSON as well. Apple. And so we have Apple there. Oh, I don't know. I keep putting a comma. Gosh darn it. Pretty much same deal. Spotify. I do think that this is a better approach for us. Yeah. I think this is actually going to be a lot easier for us to work with over time. Sweet, man. This looks good. So Firestore user we have a social platform. Now we have Firestore media and then Firestore media platform data, which is going to be Apple and Spotify. All right. And so I think what we should do as well is in all of our songs, we should probably just delete the collection and then start fresh pretty much, right? Clear. Yeesh. There's not many songs here anyways. You do delete collection. Songs. This is in dev. Yep. Delete. Adios. Start new collection. Songs. I don't need anything. There you go. Go ahead. Go wild. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and run this thing. Let's see if we run into any issues. I don't think we should. Let's see. Okay, so finding GitHub, grab media helpers latest. Cannot load GitHub Pixologic media's no matching versions for query latest. Yeah, because it's not deployed. So where did I miss doing this? I put in the go mod, right? Oh, I spelled this wrong. Yep. I think that might have been it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're just getting, we're just getting issues now within the actual functions, which is good. So imports are working. Unknown fields, images, and struct literal. Yeah, so now we have all this get Spotify media stuff that's breaking, which is not very good. Whoa. Had a feeling that would break. But yeah, we can pretty much just comment those out for now as we work through this. Because, yeah, all that's going to have to change. And we'll go from there. Okay, so there we go. Function is good. Function is good. All right. Scapa Music Media. So at this point, if we try hitting this endpoint now from our client, oh, we still get a 404. Calling Apple got a 404. Did I not change the... Did I put the wrong... Oh, I might have put the wrong name here. Get Apple Music Media, right? Let's go to the client code real quick. And let's check. Yeah, so get media data. And then we have Apple endpoints. Oh, yep. Get Apple Music Media. That's what I called it. Unable to resolve path? That's weird. That doesn't seem right. I mean, the app worked, right? Why is the search down here? I'm so confused. So weird. Bro, interior design is hard. It sounds like a very, very difficult time, my friend. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it says this is unresolved here. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna have to look into that. Dude, what is this search thing is really weird. I don't know what's happening. Okay. I don't know if I'm crazy, but there used to be a search, like an eyeglass here, right? Was that removed? I don't know, maybe. I don't like it. I don't think I like it. All right, we're going to copy this as well. And we're going to restart the app. So now we're pointing to the correct endpoint. So here, let's go over here. Let's add the song. Paste that there. Let's go ahead and press add. Okay, so we get this. We get a 500. Let's see what the error is. So error getting all documents from query, RPC code, invalid argument, destination, missing required project ID. Oh, okay. So this is what I wanted to test. Yeah. Um, so just like the other functions, I think we're going to have to right click on the sidebar and choose show the shirts. Let's see. I want Explorer. Extensions. Source control I don't care about. Yeah, I don't have search here. I think it might be a bug, maybe. I swear it was there before. Like, I swear it was. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, search isn't here. There's no search over here. I don't know why. All right. So let's go ahead and clean this up a tad bit here. Go here. And so pretty much we actually have to utilize this same sort of flow. Yeah, because our environment variables, I don't know why they're not available at this point. It's really weird. Let's see. Oh, nice. Good call, dude. There we go. Good call. Yeah, okay, that's much better. I think I might have moved it on accident. Yeah, because I usually do Command Shift F and then it brings me over to that pane. That's the whole view. I prefer that a lot more. Cool, thanks Dynamite, and thanks Samuel. All right, so the problem with our init here, so every time we run this get media from Firestore query or something like that, we actually don't have access to our project because it's saying missing required project ID in this argument. Yeah. Just call me Dog. All right. Dog. Killing it. I'm curious to see what it actually prints out. Yeah. So this right here would have been the log. Yeah, because you can see it happens. Main environment variables loaded at the very end here. Oh, this is kind of annoying. It almost makes me kind of want to pass in the Firestore client to the method here, since these are just helpers, right? Oh God, sorry. Oh, because else every function would be initializing it. But I mean, so I guess the two questions are: do we do a check to see if the Firestore client is initialized, and if it's not, initialize it, or do we just pass in the Firestore client that we initialize in the function to this thing? I think I'm leaning more towards passing it in. So this thing would actually just look like this. Oops. It would be Firestore client. It would look like that. Oh God, I hate when I can't put on another line. I don't know if this needs to be a pointer though. I think I'm leaning more towards this, in all honesty. We should do that. I think that will actually save us down the line a little bit too. Takes in a Firestore client provider. Probably call this media provider, right? Like that. And we should, I guess that's okay there. Okay. All right. So we initialize it here in the app, and then we take our Firestore client and we pass it in here like that. It should be the value, or sorry, the, wait, what? Firestore client. So yeah, so for this, do I pass in the pointer? Yeah, okay. The Lewis 01011. Thanks for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the team. Cool. So we do that. That should be good to go now. Let's try it again. Now we can go back over here, make the same request, see what we get. All right, cool, no error. And it actually went through. There's just nothing left to do. So you'll see that it comes up like this because there's literally no data behind it. But Apple provider found, and that's it. So Apple provider found now goes, and we should probably do this here. Did not song document. So we didn't find the song document. RIP. We didn't find it. All right. Cool. So now we can move on to the next step. And so this thing we should probably also add to our Spotify, get Spotify media. So this is that same deal, right? I'm copying the same flow and I'm trying to update things as necessary. So get media from Firestore. So at this point we can actually just use this. Oops. All right, grab that. Bring it in. Okay, and then we have Spotify media requests. It's gonna go here, like that. Cool, so that was an easy swap out. Got that working, no problem. All right, and so now the next check along these lines is if media data does not equal nil, media already exists returning, and then we just return saying that the data is already there. And so what we do is just we return that data. So this point, yeah, come here. Boop. There we go. If the media data exists, return it. Just like that. So then we're going to call this thing media data. Yep, so media already exists. Boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. So that's a pretty easy, straightforward go right there. And so that's pretty much the first big step in this for us, which is great. And so what's next after that? So after we go through this, after I go through this, we actually have get Spotify access token. So get creds. Spotify media request. I don't think we need that anymore. That was just for some debugging. Okay, so get creds. Oh, we have the client secret and stuff like that. Generate auth string for requests. Create request. Access token. So we actually get the access token at this point. Decode the token and send back. Nice token type expires in. Oh, I think. So why did I add this? This looks like this was the refresh. Yeah, I was actually trying to see. I was trying to see if we need to refresh the token or not, but it looks like I'm just getting a token every time from Spotify, which might not be good. It's definitely not cost effective for Firebase functions, for sure. Generate auth string for requests. Yeah, I see. Creative engineer. Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, man. How's it going? Yeah. Get media from Firestore. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how we want to do this. So it's going to be different here. We should pass in. Do we pass in the platform with this thing? I don't remember. No, just provider, media type, and media ID and media type. So at this point, we know nothing about the user. Yeah, at this point, we know nothing about the user. And if that's the case, then we can get the Apple ID that we need to create the endpoint. Because so the next point here is if media exists, return to the client. Or let's just say media data exists, return to the client. Media data does not exist. Call Apple endpoint. Good. How about you? Doing good? Yeah, just we're going through parsing or getting the data for a song from Apple Music, which is exciting. Let's do Apple Music API. Then we can see what the how things work, how we can get stuff. Okay, yeah. So for example, if we did songs, you got so many. Oh yeah, Lodash had a pretty big vulnerability a little while ago, I think. Get information about a particular song, including artists who created it and the album which it appeared. So get a catalog song, fetch a song by using its identifier, fetch one or more songs by using their identifiers, get multiple catalog songs by this value, get a catalog song directly by name. Okay, I think this is the one we want. So storefront, an iTunes territory specified by an ISO 3166 Alpha 2 country code. The possible values are the ID attributes of storefront objects. Oh man. This is interesting. Hey, what's up, Pocket? Yo, who let this bearded guy code, eh? I don't know. I got so many load. Oh, sorry, I saw that. I'm out. Rolled over half of our SaaS product today. Can't think straight anymore. Going to torture some barbells now. Cheers, Oxygen. Have a great one, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. You sweat on it. Got him. Got him. All right. Well, I think that makes sense. So, yeah. So then what do we need in our header? We need, I think it says it somewhere. It's like all calls need. Oh, what's the difference between a catalog song and a library song? What? Fetch a library song by using its identifier. What is that? What does that mean? I wonder if library song... It has to be in your library? Yeah, I think that's what it probably means. Non-consensual sweating. I don't know. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if there's any point where consensual sweating is a good time. So would Alec be considered inhumane torture? What? Asking for her friend. No, watching him trying to figure out Black Mesa was definitely... Oh God, that was a time. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Oh man, that was a good time. Yeah, okay, so if this endpoint is v1 me, so my library of songs by ID, so I think we want to do catalog because it's based on the storefront, meaning we don't have the song in our library as of yet, I assume. Yeah. So does that mean... Oh, snappers. Do we have to... That's not what I want. Does this thing... Yeah, we're gonna have to parse this out too for Apple, the country. 5 sure, man. 5 sure. Okay. I just dipped in on a consensual sweating. Didn't think it was that sort of stream. I mean, I don't know. Say, just stop. Just don't talk anymore. Don't talk. Oh, okay. I think this might be a good stopping point for sure. We did a solid amount of work today. Let's write down what we did then, Eric. Hey, we got a new issue to start on. I love it. It's fresh. It's clean. npm install consent. Oh God. Yeah, what's going on? Why are the mods acting so weird today, huh? Whoa, all 3 mods in here at a time? Hey, salute, folks. Welcome. This is awesome. All right, what we did today. Planned and wrote down some thoughts on how to handle this scenario. Added tweak some data, or tweak some, what's this thing called? What is this thing called? Document data to adhere to new structure. Ooh, look at my fancy words. Mods, you caused it, not us. I know. Do we not include Evgen anymore? Oh, yo, rip Evgen. I wonder where he is. Hope he's doing okay. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. And we're not even being paid to do the job. I had to do some work today too. You did. You did. You came in clutch, man. Thank you again for that. Yag! Howdy ho. F for Evgen. Yo, F for Evgen. Yeah, he came in right at the end. Yeah, we're just cleaning up here, but thanks for stopping by and say hello. All right, so we planned and wrote down some thoughts on how to handle the scenario, tweak some document data to adhere to new structure. Wrote the logic for checking collection if the song already exists. That's pretty much it. What we will do next time. Write Golang logic, or write logic for calling Apple endpoint to get data for song, playlist, album. Honestly, that's probably the only thing we should add there because that's going to take a while. There it is, folks. AKA, I'm a developer. Folks, thanks for hanging out with me today. A new start of the chapter for Apple Music stuff. We finally got Apple Music auth in. We're finally working on some actual endpoints where we call Apple Music to get some data. It's been great. It's going to be good. I'm excited to get this thing done. This will bring us one step closer to our second alpha release with Apple Music support. Yeah. But thanks for hanging out today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, Apple Music auth is finally finished. It literally took 3 months. A really long time. Oh, my mom came in. Mom! You came in too late. We're leaving now. We got to stop the stream because I have to work now. I got to go to work, which is right back here in this same seat. Rip. Yes, creative. Apple Music is done. Consensual sweat. Yes. Consensual sweating on barbells. Yes, that's what we do. Thanks. Yeah, you as well. Moist farewells. Yes, that's my mom. Yeah, you. Oh, yeah. I think you've pretty much met everyone. Probably like all my siblings at this point, or my whole family, maybe except my dad. Thanks, Pocket. Now it just feels different. Yes. Yes. Don't worry. We'll forget it. We can erase it, right? Can we? Can we erase this? Folks, if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw today, hit that heart button down below to follow in. And if you're interested in joining our Discord, we have a great community of people in there where you can showcase your projects, get help with some programming things, and just hang out and talk to others. It's a cool, fun time in there. So yeah. Pixel Mom. That's my mama. Pixel Mama. All right. Sounds really weird. All right, let's go ahead and throw a raid today, folks. We always like throwing a nice raid at the end of the day. Holy crap! C# Fritz has 640 viewers. Coding Guarding has 380. Jesus, what is going on today? That's wild. Need a new emote? We do. We need a lot of emotes. Best time. I'm glad you enjoyed, Isaac. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I don't know why I don't have viewers like that. I have no idea. Just because I'm not a real streamer. No, I in all honesty though, it's just I think I need to pick up my YouTube game if I really want to get into it. Obviously Coding Garden came from a huge background of YouTube, so too much. It doesn't equal Twitch, but you get a lot of people coming from YouTube over here is what's going on. I think so, at least. And then, you know, you pick up people all around, obviously. But let's see who we gonna raid today. Who's on? Who is on that weekend raid? See you, Rushki. Thanks for hanging out. It's a gateway drug to Twitch. Yes. Yeah, for programming, it's a big deal for sure. Yeah, I feel like if I really want to start hitting those numbers, I got to start doing more on those ends. Or honestly, the other thing too is to not work on. I guess I'm gonna go on a little rant before we head out. A lot of people on Twitch, I think there's two groups from what I've seen. There's beginners, and then there's more in programming, beginners in programming, and then more advanced programmers. A large majority of Twitch viewers, I think, are more on the scale of like beginner to intermediate level. And they want to look for things like how to build a bot or how to build HTML or how to do like learn how to do these things from the very beginning. And following a big project like this is not really the thing. You know, like we're on a project that's on day 175. Like people come in and they're like, well, what the hell's going on here? And then they leave because they don't, you know, like there's no like connection to that unless you've been here since the beginning. So that's kind of the thing I'm trying to work at. YouTube is evergreen. Twitch is browns after a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Royce. Yeah, I think the how-to keywords are like, you know, learning to do blah or like something like that. I'm only here to watch your beard coat. Man, one day I'll get the beard. It'll grow some arms and just. What's the solution you think for that? Hey, Alpha Mike. I don't know. I have no idea what the solution is. At least from my standpoint, right? I don't like I'm working on this project to build it and see it through all the way, right? Like I don't want to switch all the way around. I think maybe changing up the content throughout the week is the best way to go, right? So have some time to work on this project during the week, then maybe do like, hey, I found this cool new thing I want to work on like this. So folks, I think probably on Thursday, the next stream, I got this. I got my Raspberry Pi kit. So I think on Thursday, this is what I'm going to want to do. I want to build this and put this together. So that will be like how to build a Raspberry Pi server. And like, I think that will attract a lot more viewers than a stream like today. Right. Because it's people are interested in that. And it's like the very beginning of like a how do you do this for, to do things like that. Yeah, and or only cater to beginners, right? Like you have to change your content around. Building Tesla software and get 1K viewers. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no worries, Afro Mike. You don't have to say sorry. Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm usually not one to like, I don't know. It's a blessing and a curse, I guess. Like I'm not going to change my stream content. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, you know? So I'm not going to constantly do like beginner stuff if I don't, or not beginner stuff, but like work on constantly new things all the time if I don't want to do it. And that's probably the downfall of the channel for like actually growing an audience off that. But if I can figure out how to bring in an audience that is connected to this project in some way, it makes it more like that brings in more people at the same time, right? So I don't know. It's something I'm trying to figure out. But the reason why I brought up Coding Guardian is because I remember when he first came on Twitch and I was very like, whoa, this is crazy. He first had, I think like one of his first streams, he would stream YouTube and Twitch and he had like 80 or 90 people. And I was like, holy crap, that's crazy. That's a lot of people. Like this guy I've never seen on Twitch before. Because like I would say I know like a fair amount of the programming streamers here on Twitch, though there are tons more now, brought in so many people. And I saw his YouTube channel. It's, you know, I think close to like 50,000 subscribers now on YouTube. Maybe a little less. I'm not sure. Jangtron, thanks for the follow, by the way. Welcome. Definitely interesting topic. Yeah, Ed, for sure. I like talking about it. I think it's something important to talk about, especially for people that like just streaming in general, you know? Yeah. When you had like 10 people live. Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. So like, I think there's a lot of that that comes into play for sure, you know? And then now he sits almost at 400 viewers a stream, and it's been, I think, like 5 or 6 months on YouTube. It's incredible. It's awesome. And he's a great guy. Like he has awesome content, and people just love watching him. And most of his streams now are just like Q&A streams, which I feel like I would enjoy, but I don't know if I would want to do a Q&A stream every single stream, you know? I think Twitch should add something like some level class to watch. I mean, like beginner, intermediate, etc., like live VDU was. Yeah, so the problem with Twitch is like predominantly gaming, right? Like gaming is what Twitch is. And so we like our community of programmers is already small compared to that, though it is growing a lot. We don't want to, I don't know, maybe like segmenting this community even more. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Yeah, then a lot of people come from YouTube to Twitch. Exactly. Yeah. It's funny too with his funny haircut. Oh, his hair. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So I've been thinking about the podcast idea a lot, Yag. I was thinking like maybe this weekend or next weekend we'd start it. Like I don't know. It's more of it's not really like a podcast, I'd say. And I just don't know. I don't know how to really do it. It's more of a like, let's just have a topic to talk about. Maybe that's what it is. And then go from that, you know, go from something like that. But yeah, I think you have a great point. Yeah. Yeah. Creative 100%. Twitch is gaming focus. What's up, Nar? See you later, Isaac. Remlax, what did you build today? So today, yeah, we worked on building some Firebase functions in Golang. We're about 1/3 of the way through. Still got a lot to go. Oh, nice. Thanks, Ed.
I have live stream.
Yeah, that's I'm going to watch that. Sounds cool. Start streaming basic how-tos and surpasses Alec in a week. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, in my opinion, if any of you right now started streaming like 10 days of JavaScript development from the beginning, you could easily like grow numbers right now. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just like, that's what people are looking for in content. So it's like, I'm at the point currently where it's like, well, how do I do stuff like that while wanting to do it? Because I want it, like my whole stream is I like building open source apps with you all and like doing things from start to finish. But obviously this is a much larger application. It's going to take a much longer time than that. So it's like, how do I get people that come to the stream to be on the stream and in the first 10 seconds be like, okay, I know exactly what's going on. That's the biggest problem I think I'm running into. And I think a lot of programming streamers run into when they work on projects. I'm thinking of a stream, but I'm waiting on my new keyboard and mouse archive, which is taking really long. Oh, wow. Man, I hope it comes soon, my friend. Wowza. But anyways, end of rant. That's it's kind of something it's something I'm constantly thinking about and trying to understand. And unfortunately, I wish I had more time to think more about it, but life goes on. It'll all work out the way it's supposed to. Yeah, go from there. Lithium.
At this rate, I'm gonna have to get you an anniversary gift soon.
You will. I expect one. And in 2 months, we're gonna have our first Twitch child, you and I, Lithium. I'm excited for that. Thank you for that tier 1, my friend. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. You should just have a breakdown and cry and ask for viewers. You should put this last rambling part on YouTube. Yeah, maybe. That's not a bad idea either. Maybe the first Saturday stand-up podcast can be about streaming code on Twitch. Maybe that's what it is. That's bad advice. Lithium, thanks again for that, my friend. I really appreciate that. Oh. Who is this person? Let's do la 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 la. Let's do this guy. Marius Urbellus. Cool. Create a bot. Bots, man. Bots. Folks, grab that raid message. We're gonna raid Marius here. Poggers. I'm pretty sure he's standing. This is so exciting. Another standing desk fellow. Puppeteer is the right tool for the bot like that. Let's go. Yes, thanks for hanging out, folks. Hey, maybe this Saturday we'll change our game stream to be this podcast stream or something. I would like to talk more about this, but it would be cool to talk about it with another coding streamer as well. So maybe I'll try to find someone who we can talk to this about. Yeah, because I do enjoy talking about this random stuff. So maybe this can be the first installment of the Saturday stand-up. I want a podcast, hence my mic wants. Okay, so Roars, can I get you on the podcast this Saturday? Hello? Hello? Anyways, let's try CJ. I could ask CJ if he'd be interested. Not by Saturday? So we'll put you on the list for one of these Saturdays. And Dr. Dynamite as well. Yeah. Get people on the list. Come up with rando topics. Yeah, maybe. Actually, not a bad idea. Interviewing my mods. That's a great idea. All right. I'll put this on the whiteboard after this raid. Folks, enjoy the raid. Thanks for hanging out again. Appreciate you all being here. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And for your mods. Enjoy the stream. Let's show this dude what's up. Looks like it's a fun stream. I have no friends, just mods. Saludes. I'll see you all on Thursday. Mañana en la mañana. Peace. Enjoy the raid.